You know what? I'm tired of this. This thing is so old and it's slow, and all my Macintosh friends are making fun of me because I don't have the latest and greatest. I bought this 37 years ago and I can't run the latest Mac OS. But I don't have the money to get a new Mac. I just wish there was an alternative.
I believe I may be of some assistance.
Yes, it's a video on OpenCore Legacy Patcher. I've actually wanted to do a video on this for quite some time now. As long as I've wanted a MacBook Pro like this, one of these aluminum unibody ones. But there's a couple of things I have to mention here. First of all, I'm not actually just doing this for fun. I am doing this out of reason with my charity project, which, yes, that is still going on. I haven't said or filmed much about it because there hasn't much, nothing much has happened. I said I'd film me dropping off the computers, which did happen, but, well, I'm gonna be honest, I was not sure how to film it. It was vastly different from how I expected it to go, but now that I understand how it goes, next time I drop off computers, I'll show you all the process. Secondly, this is the computer computer that I'm donating, or at least I hope so. See, this is kind of an older MacBook. If I show you about this Mac, in here, let me tilt that so you can see it a little better. This is only new enough to run OS El Kappa 10, which is several versions out of date. It's a Core 2 Duo and surprisingly a usable amount of RAM, 8 gigs. It's also got a GeForce 9400M, which is worse than a GT 210. Yeah, it's not great. And in fact, it's kind of so bad that it can't even play a 1080p 60 FPS YouTube video. As I was testing earlier, I put it at 720p 60 and it had trouble with that a little bit, but at least it worked. But then you have this. Has trouble even loading, but random freezes, frame drops. But whatever. The point of this was to look at it from the perspective of somebody who hasn't really used a computer much before, and that's why they're at the charity. They need a computer. They're in a tough spot, and they need a computer, and they're probably not very experienced with computers. They might be okay with a stuttery YouTube video, or just lowering the quality. In fact, but at the same time, they don't know that this computer doesn't even have a 1080p screen. There's just a lot involved. I'm a little worried about donating this mainly, though, not due to its power, because most people who are just trying to do simple web browsing, as I would probably expect from somebody in that position, well, they're not going to like using a computer very much that's, first of all, slow, and I'll get to that point in a moment, but doesn't have app compatibility. They're going to go down, they're going to download the latest version of Chrome or Firefox, and they're going to say, why isn't this working? It's not supported, and the OS will tell them that, but they don't necessarily know where to find older versions of things because it's not entirely obvious all the time. They also don't really know how to search for what version they'll need, or they'll have to go asking around a lot, probably. I would know I was in the position maybe 4 years ago, before I really knew what I knew about computers today. Another thing is that it's gonna be really slow, probably. To fix the app compatibility, you can force an upgrade through OpenCore Legacy Patcher to Monterey 12, the latest version currently, but I don't really know if that's going to work so well. One, this thing has a hard drive. Two, it has a pretty slow processor. Now, ignoring the processor side of things, that is a little bit less to worry about, but there is the issue of the hard drive. I don't have money to upgrade this thing to a solid state drive. I really don't. I make all these cool YouTube videos with computers and things, but I get all these computers for free from family members and things like that, and I don't actually have a lot of money. I'm 16, I don't have a job. And as much as I want to donate this thing, as I said something in my original email to the people who were helping me out, and that was, I may not donate everything that's an absolute hunk of junk. But that's an issue because I told the people I got this from that I would donate it. So I've kind of got myself a dilemma here. I said I wouldn't donate a hunk of junk, but I'm going under the expectations that I'm donating this. Anyways, with all that moral stuff aside, I also just have to say, isn't this computer kind of beautiful? Like, you're not getting a very good angle of it here, obviously. But if I'm to move it back a little bit, it's got a sort of look to it that I like. Of course, that doesn't matter, though, if it doesn't perform well. But enough of that intro. I'm going to have to leave a timestamp in this video saying if you want to skip all the jabber, you can skip on. But for those who have skipped, to recap, this thing's running OS 10.11 El Capitan, and it's got some okay specs, but not really enough to do anything well these days. Well, there is some stuff it does well, but you know. So I'm trying to see if by chance we can fix that by patching up to Monterey, which I kind of doubt, but I'm hoping hardware utilization or whatever might have gotten better. Whoops, I'm gonna have to censor that. That's my Discord. Let's get all this out of the way. So, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I suppose the first thing we do is just try and do things ourselves, like I've always tried to do. Well, not always, but how I've most of the time tried to do things, and if anything goes wrong, I'll watch a YouTube video. And by the way, shout out to my friend Naori, who created this art. I just wanted to feature this on the channel, because I always feature art of a specific variety on my channel, so it's not a fluffy toaster, but this'll do, I think. So, I'm going to go to the OpenCore Legacy Patcher website. And now that we're here, I believe just probably click getting started and I will download it. Let's see here. Okay, so here is the .zip file which contains the .app for OpenCore Patcher. Okay, now it's expanding that, which shouldn't take too long, I don't think. And here's the application in our downloads folder. So I suppose let's launch it and just see what happens. Open. Okay, let's build and install OpenCore, I suppose. Oh, okay, install to the disk. Huh. Disk image? Oh, I probably have something mounted. Do I? Weird. Well, let's just install it there, I guess. Wait, no, this doesn't feel right. I feel like OpenCore, this is the app. This isn't an app to build another app, I don't think. I don't know what this is, actually. I'm going to just make sure I'm not doing anything system harming by doing that. Oh dear. Looks like I was supposed to click create a Mac OS installer first. So I definitely do not want to do this. I don't know what this is, but I believe I should, well, I should probably grab a USB drive. Alrighty, I've went and got myself a 16 gig USB drive, and suppose let's just get to it. Plug this in. Okay, that's not a USB port. Wow, good job, me. Okie dokie. Let's wait for that to be recognized. Or maybe it is already. Oh yeah, it is. Alright. Just didn't say anything about it. I guess click create Mac OS installer? Yeah, create Mac OS installer. And now I guess I need to download it because I don't have a copy on here. I want Mac OS 12.5.1. Show older installers. Oh wow, this goes back. Ooh, you can get the Mac OS 13 beta on here. Well, anyway, since this is for an actual end user who probably doesn't want to deal with betas, just gonna go with an actual, non-beta version. And this is going to take a little bit because I don't have the fastest internet in the world. It's not terrible, but just might take a moment. So with the magic of jump cuts. Okie dokie. Now that that's all finished, we can actually put this on the USB drive that I've plugged in here. I don't know if the camera, you can actually see it, but I'm going to put this on, let's see here. Yeah, put this on here. This is my USB drive. And this is going to take a while because this is a USB 2.0 drive. And we're copying over a little over 12 gigs of data. So I suppose another jump cuts in order. See you in at some point. Ooh, it wants my password. See you after it's done doing that. Okay, looks like we've actually encountered an error, and well, it gave us a lot, but I don't really understand it. Going through this, it says it started the erase, then it unmounted the disk, it created the partition map, probably GUID. It waited for the disks to appear, and then it formatted the disks as Mac OS extended. Then it did whatever that is. It mounted the disk, and it finished the erase. Mac OS Monterey.app does not appear to be a valid Mac OS installer application. Okay, looks like it didn't download correctly. If that's the case, I suppose I can download one from a different source. I'm going to delete the one that I currently have in here, and just to see what happens when I launch it. Obviously it's not going to work, but I'm going to see what happens when I launch it, and yeah, okay. Let's quit out of that. Okay, and now I believe there's a website you can download the .app files from, and if not, I have it on a different Macintosh somewhere, but I'm going to try it from there first. Okay. Now this is nice because I can just download macOS from here. I especially like this website because on Macintoshes that are old, unsupported, you can't actually download these through the App Store. You can't download macOS versions that are too new for the Mac. And likewise, you actually can't download older versions of macOS as well. But this website hosts everything from 10.7 line to OS Ventura 13, so that's quite the catalog. But he's got all the links right here. Let's see here. Yes, I need Monterey. No, wait, these are App Store links. This literally won't work. Yeah, hold on. There are actually different ways on here. I forgot about that. But you can actually just download the actual final installers with these links, I think. It's been a while since I've been on this website. Right, here we are. This is... Yes. Okay. Alright, here's the actual thing I'm looking for, and yes, let's just save that. Save the file. Okay, so, wow, it's been an hour already. Most of it's just been me waiting, but, I've got a different copy now, and I guess let's see if it at least, launches or something. I don't know if, it not launching actually means much of anything, but, you know, might as well, see if it does or doesn't. Yes, it does. It does actually launch. Now, I do not want to install it this way. It wouldn't work regardless. Come on, quit. Quit. Yes. Yes, quit the macOS installer, and then let's go back to that OpenCore patcher and actually create a macOS installer using the existing one that I have now in my applications folder. Now, this is going to take a little while, hopefully, if it actually works. And as you can see, this guy's battery's getting a little low, so I guess I gotta... Okay, I've had right about enough of this. It's just sat here doing this for the past, like, 8 minutes or so. I don't think that it's actually doing anything. So, that's, wonderful. I'll close out of that. Oh, never mind, that didn't actually close it, did it? Oh. Oh, goody, the spinning beach ball. No, that didn't close out of it. Okay. If I can control click that, I can force quit. Yes, I can. Yeah. Yep. That's alright. Alright. Let's try that again, I suppose. Where did I put it? I don't remember where it's in my downloads folder, I think. Yeah, OpenCore patcher, here we are. Now, if this doesn't work, this is fine, because I have a laptop, or a Mac Mini, that is actually capable of running 12 Monterey, slowly, but it's able to. And so I could just create it from there. This is only creating a USB stick from the looks of things. So if it really came down to it, I could create from there and then do the rest on here. Hopefully that would work. But I'm going to try one more time on here and create the macOS installer and use an existing one and just see what it does, I guess. Alright, it's the next day, and I just left this thing to go overnight because I thought, you know what, let's just see what it does. And it actually did do it, so it was just taking a while that first time. And now it's going to ask us to install OpenCore to the disk, which I guess is like the patcher itself, which will allow the USB stick to boot on this laptop. So, yes. Okay, so I'm not sure what disk it wants I should actually install it to. I'm assuming probably the USB, but I'm not entirely sure. So the next section of this instruction page is going to ask, yes. Okay, so it wants us to install onto the USB drive. So I'll select on there and install it onto that probably EFI partition and enter my password. Okay. And it's going to do that now. Reboot to apply. OpenCore has finished installing to the disk. You will need to reboot and hold Option key and select OpenCore slash... Okay, so we're actually getting to the installer part now. So let's reboot this machine. Yes, restart. Yeah, close tabs, I guess. Let's get out of here. Okie dokie. Hold down the Option key. And here we are, EFI boot. We can get into here. Macintosh HD or install Mac OS Monterey. I think I want to install Monterey. There we go. I'm expecting this to take a moment to load up, given the fact that we're using a USB drive. Oh, I actually had to click the arrow. Okay. Alright, and we're booting. Okay, now we're in here. This is actually Monterey running on this computer, and we can install it. Maybe. Yes. Okay, that just took a moment. Forget we're running off of a USB 2.0 drive right now. It's gonna take a second to do some things. Ooh, spinning beach ball. That's always a good sign, the spinning beach ball, right? Yep, I think that's always a good sign. Yep. There we go. Agree. Agree, I totally read that, yep. Alright, now I can install it onto here. And that's gonna take a little while, because, well, it's a hard drive, and it's a USB 2.0, so I suppose I'm going to go inside and come back out once that's done. Okay, so I come back, and it's at this menu again, so I'm assuming it rebooted and automatically went back into this USB, or booted back onto it, or something. So I'm going to restart this and see if we boot into Monterey. So A, we've either completely broken our OS, B, we're still on El Capitan for whatever reason, or C, we've actually successfully installed Monterey, and I'm hoping for C. Okay. Yep, looks like we've broken the OS. Or something. I'm not entirely sure what that means. I know a flashing question mark means there's no boot device, but this seems to be detecting a hard drive, so I'm assuming it's just saying I can't access this OS. So if that's the case, let's just try reinstalling Monterey again, I suppose. Oh, what? Okay, that's a little strange. I didn't tell it to turn off. Is it supposed to do that? Okay, that was a little strange. Okay, it's really just been hanging here for the past, 10 minutes. I don't even know what's going on at this point. Okay, well, I am going to go under the assumption that it is just stuck because it's finished and not restarted. Because, obviously, I don't think this is actually ever going to finish. It's just sat there like that for the past 15 minutes or so. Now, I'm also going to hold the Option PR keys for, I believe, a PRAM reset, because I've had certain situations where that helps. I don't know. I'm just going to force shut it off and reboot the thing. There we go. And then Option PR, start the machine. And hold the keys for about 20 seconds. Okay, obviously those don't work on a Mac this old or something, I don't know. But I'm going to shut off the Mac and try booting from that drive again, see what happens, I guess. It might not work, I don't know. And if not, that'll kinda suck. Oh, it was Command Option PR, whoops. That's probably good. Alright, obviously that did not work. So I suppose one more time, I'm just gonna let this sit for... I'm just gonna let it install. I'm just gonna let it sit. I'm gonna turn off the camera. I'm gonna let it sit. Do all that. I want this to work. Huh, actually, this is a little bit different. I selected the actual installer for it, and it's like giving a language selection screen. That's a little interesting. So there were actually two options. I could either select the installer or macOS recovery. So I clicked the installer this time, and I guess we'll just see if that helps, if it does anything different this time. Alright, so I just watched a video. Apparently, once you click install, everything's automatic, which should make sense, but I was stupid, and I tried clicking on things and doing stuff, so that probably borked it a bit. So I'm just gonna let this go. I'm gonna let it do its own thing, and hopefully in, I don't know, an hour or so when I come back, we'll have made some progress. Alright, I came back, and I'm not really sure what it's doing. Is it booting? Is it, yeah, I don't know. I just left it to sit for like, I don't even know, over an hour at this point. It's just doing stuff, I guess. I don't know if it's booting up right now or like maybe it's still installing. Oh, what? No, it just skipped a little bit. Let's see what it's doing. Alright. We're almost there. Still don't know what it's doing exactly, but I'm hoping this is the booting process. But boy, this sure is a slow boot time, if this is, because I've been sitting here for like 3 minutes, and I came in and it was already doing this, so it's probably been around 5 already. But it's almost done now. Oh, we're right at the end of the progress bar. Let's see. Is it booting? Oh, black screen. Looks like it may have restarted. Oh, no, we got the boot picker, and that is Macintosh HD. And now we can finally actually start the boot process. Oh, right, you have to click on the arrow. Can't double-click the actual icon. I do not like that design, but hopefully it boots a bit faster than how it did, or than how it was doing whatever it was doing before, which it does seem to be doing. But here's the big moment. Does it actually boot? Seeing that we have the Apple logo and a progress bar, I would hope to say yes, but you know, things can always go wrong. Oh, I completely missed it. I was checking up on something, but we have a mouse cursor. Oh my god, here it is! Oh, finally. It actually... We're actually in the OS. That's, Okie dokie. Okay, so this is macOS 12 Monterey, I guess. I don't need any of these, so this is all accessibility things. I don't need any of that. My data privacy. Okay, I don't really care. It wants me to sign in with my Apple ID again? Huh. Okay, quick jump cut. I gotta enter my password. Screen time. Well, I don't need that either. Enable Siri? Okay, sure, let's... I don't know if that would work on here, but, you know. Continue. No. I'd rather you didn't do that. No, I do not want disk encryption, because, if I did that, this would be even slower, probably. Choose your look. Dark, please. Oh my god, dark mode. I need dark mode. Oh, I missed that in El Capitan. I really did. I missed, dark mode in El Capitan. Oh, hey, wow, we're actually... Okay, cool. It loaded up all my windows and stuff. That's my Discord. I'm gonna have to blank that out. Yes, I do want... Okay, so this message right here is asking me whether I'd like to use a USB stick to boot my Mac, or use or install it onto the hard drive, which I 100% do. I don't want to have a USB stick just to boot my Macintosh. And I suppose now I need to reboot this Mac. So... And I'm not going to open Windows coming back in, because I want to see how probably slow this is without, ooh, that's slow. without, without anything open. So, like, I'm going to open up a bunch of stuff and see how long it takes. For now, just unplug the USB and restart. Okay, now I will have to select this every single time, annoyingly. That's just kind of how it is. Oh, I guess it does it for me. That's not too bad. But yes, here's the a little slow boot process. And I'm going to put like a timer up. I'm going to let this roll, and I'm going to put a timer up and see how long it takes to boot. Okay, it is booted. I don't know, that was probably around 2.5 minutes. And, well, I suppose we should let it load up all of, you know, the top menu bar and the dock. But other than that, this all looks pretty good. Okay, it's all loaded up, and I'd like to see about this Mac first of all. There we go. I'll wait a little bit. This is kind of slow, like I expected. Oh, there it is. macOS Monterey. Yep, here we are. It's got all of our specs, displays. Does it detect the graphics card properly? Is there GPU acceleration? That's a question worth asking. It doesn't actually say. Okay, let's go back to the overview and go into System Report and see what it says there about graphics, or however it's, yeah, graphics/displays. Yes, NVIDIA GeForce 9400M. So yes, it is detecting it. There is what I presume is acceleration. But yeah, this is a little bit slow. Like, it took about 20 seconds to open up About My Mac for the first time. And now I expect that once it starts caching things in the memory, because it does have enough memory, it has 8 gigabytes, it should be able to do that just fine. It'll even out. But what I mainly want to know is, has the hardware utilization in stuff like video playback gotten any better? Now, this is still Firefox 78, so that might play into it a little bit, but I don't know. I'll have to see. Okay, Firefox is launched. I don't actually know how long that took. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, turn the sound up so that we can actually hear it. Okay, there's absolutely no sound icon. Oh, no, it just took a while to load. Okay, but really, let's just find the same video. It's always in my recommended. I come back to it often. Well, let's just see. No, it's actually frozen. The video is not moving. That's... Oh, now it went down to 720p. Nope, we are not allowing that here. Oh no, it just can't even play it. It could do 720, but not 1080. Yeah. Well, let's say this person doesn't want to do any YouTube related, or doesn't really care. Everybody uses YouTube, but they don't really care about the quality of the video as long as it's viewable, which I think 720 is viewable. I don't know. What about, other sites like eBay? Yeah, these are all here. These all load fine. And there it is. you you can scroll through things. General usage, I think, is pretty good on web browsing. Uh, or how about if you want to use Discord? I gotta censor a lot of things. I don't want to leak anybody's information, but I can at least show you that it probably works, as it did on El Capitan. Okay, so censoring out basically everybody's information here and going down to my personal place to store random things. As you can see, I've got a couple of random things. A very poorly formatted Dwayne The Rock Johnson stare. Honestly, some of the shit I put in here, I don't even know, man. But I can type stuffs out and send it, and that works fine. So, like, a lot of basic applications are working perfect on here. And if you just wanted to use the operating system for very simple things, this actually feels pretty mostly usable. It's kind of sluggish, but, it's an old 250 gig hard drive, so I'm gonna actually commend it because it's a lot faster than the hard drive I had in the Mac Mini, which, might I say, is 5 years newer and double the capacity. So it is just a slower drive, but this is genuinely doing a better job. Yeah. So it's not as bad as I thought, but it doesn't fix a lot of the glaring issues. In fact, well, it fixes one glaring issue, and that's app compatibility. And that's nice, but that's it. So yeah, I'm left at a dilemma here. Do I donate this or look selfish and keep it for myself? I'll be honest, I absolutely adore this machine. I love this MacBook, but at the same time, I feel like the right thing might be to donate it. But also at the same time, I set a requirement, and or not a requirement, a loose requirement, a guideline for myself, because I knew what hardware was capable of doing what and what wasn't. And I thought, well, you know what, this is Mac OS, they might be tailoring certain things. But at the end of the day, the average computer user, they're not looking to fiddle around with different web browsers and different operating system. They don't even know, probably, that they can patch Mac OS. What if this OS corrupts, the hard drive dies? They're going to be stuck on El Capitan, and they're going to try and install Monterey, probably. But they're going to find out that they can't because it was never supported, and they're going to sit there wondering, why did it work before? And a lot of people, just don't Google things. There's a lot of issues that I keep thinking of here, and maybe they don't matter, but I'm left with the odd decision of trying to figure out what to do. Anyways, this dilemma aside, macOS Monterey actually does install, and it does work. It's on here, and honestly, I love that it's on here. I've still got one more video coming on this Mac with something I've always wanted to do. Something that is just so absurd and just, well, you'll know when it happens. If it doesn't end up happening or working, I'll fill you guys in on what that idea is. But until next time, I've got a couple of videos in the pipeline. I honestly really enjoyed making this one, which I enjoyed it more than other videos. I sort of a lot of my recent videos have sort of just been me sitting in front of a computer, not really sure. There's no plan. And that's how it's always been, and that's how it was with this video. But I had a lot of fun with this video because I didn't just make the idea up on the spot, like with a lot of my other videos. I've wanted to do this for ages, like a year. I've had this idea in mind of patching Monterey. It's something I've been truly working for. So with that, I want to say thank you for tuning into my channel. I really, really enjoyed making this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.